Okay, wow, the lighting is awful. Hey, everybody out on the internet. It's Joe with the Jeep Shop. I'm going to try to fix this lighting for you. Oh, this garage is so crowded. So, it seems like everybody's gone live since they're home and they got all the free time in the world now. I'm doing a little work at home today and decided that I would go live and show you what I'm working on today. I have all the time in the world to edit a video and to post it, but you know what? I'm just so damn lazy and I'm getting used to just doing nothing that I didn't feel like editing any video. So I'm like, well, if I go live, I don't have to edit a video. So today we got in the shop a couple minor repairs to the Jeep. I did the slip yoke eliminator, looked like last week, the last time I was off from work, and happened to be under the heap and noticed that the brake lines for the rear were starting to look pretty rusty. So I figured, well, I'm off this week from work, and I would go ahead and order the Doorman Repair Kit that has all the brake lines. Am I live? Is it working?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, cool, man. Check it out. I got my production crew here.
Whoa.
Holy jeez, it's working good. When are you going to show up?
Oh.
Okay, so there's a little delay. Nice. All right, cool. You going to help me in the Jeep shop, or are you going to go back and play?
I don't know.
I think you're going to go back and play. A special guest.
That's a really big delay.
Yeah, that's a big delay, but that's okay. What can I show them here, Lauren? I want to show them the brake line. I also want to show. That's true. I also want to show them that part from the YJ, from the WJ. I want to show them the drive shaft issue that I had. I want to show them the brake line, and I want to show them the shock. So I got like 5 things I really want to show all these folks out on the internet. So I can't tell how many people are following me. 2 people are listening right now. If you scroll over there, this is my tech support. Does it tell you who's on there? No? Okay. Well, that's fine. I don't really care.
Oh, well, one of them's me.
Oh, so 50% of the population that's watching this video now is my child. Okay, that's close enough. So you can see this is my illustrious garage, and you can see the Jeep. And we're trying to fight off boredom, folks. 6 feet from everybody. Can't go to the stores. Can't go out. You can run, but you got to make sure you don't run into anybody. So it's been definitely a challenge trying to keep sane with all that's going on in the world. But I do hope this video finds you in good health.
I gave you the thumbs up.
Oh, you gave me the thumbs up? Okay, good. So the thumbs up I have in my video right now is from my kid. So that's okay. At least you approved of my video. Yeah. Oh, I can also show him the camshaft too. Oh, man. This is a great... You guys are in for a treat. I'm telling you, this is going to be exciting. You're going to really find this probably the worst video you've ever watched in your life. But what else are you going to do, right? You're home.
It's better now.
Of course it is. Stealing the limelight from me, the Jeep shop. What should I start with first? You know what? I'm going to go get the shock. I'll be right back.
I'm going to go get Molly.
Hold on, everybody.
Should I get Molly?
Sure. Hold on.
Okay. Hold on, everybody.
All right. So one of the things I noticed recently was the front end was swaying really bad back and forth. And, you know, sway bars, track bar, all that stuff. I kind of narrowed it down to the shocks. Every time I'd go over a bump, I felt like the front sway bar was coming out, but it wasn't the sway bar. That didn't sound like it. So look at this shock. I think this is. Oh, we got another contestant. Say hi. Welcome to the Jeep shop, where all the nonsense happens. Is there anybody on? Probably not. It's just me and you.
No, there's 2 people.
2 people. That's great.
Me,
there's how many people are in this world? 600 billion, and I got 2 people watching. Yeah, that's okay. I'm having fun. Check this out. Oh, that's not good.
Wait, what's your count?
And then look, it doesn't do anything, right? Isn't it supposed to go like this? So this, I don't think these were original. I'm trying to look here. But it has the telltale signs of a blown seal.
Okay, Molly, just join.
Because this is all oily.
Oh, it's not that delayed anymore.
Let's see. Gasmatic. Wow, that sounds like something from the 50s.
Wait, did that guy leave?
Yeah.
Oh.
This is the Gasmatic 5000. It'll slice and dice and cut through a tomato, cut through a pipe.
Molly's on now, so it's 3 people.
So I shouldn't be able to do this with the shock.
I should put on comments. Can you do that?
Can you? I don't know. I don't know how to put on comments.
Are they on? No. Maybe you can.
Can you comment on it?
No.
Because I'm sure the comments would be just videos really awful. But that's okay.
Hate comments.
All the haters gotta hate, baby. There's no way to put comments on. But anyway, so y'all know what a shock looks like. So I replaced these with some Bilstein shocks. They'll be showing up tomorrow, I believe. But yeah, some of the things you really don't ever think of. You know, we're always so interested in, oh, that clunk has to be from the track bar or the sway bar or the connecting rod or flux capacitor. Sometimes it's just your shocks. So when this thing would bounce all around, man, nonsense. So, and I don't know how good this camera is on this laptop, but I want to show you the brake line too.
What laptop even is that?
That's the old laptop. Okay, so you can tell this garage is multi-purpose. I know you probably can't see, but this is the rear brake line. And if you could see all the crust and dust on there, this was the condition of the rear brake line. And let me tell you, folks, I think I told you that story once before when I was when we were all coming back from Lake Placid. This is a good. There we go. Look at the pitting on the steel line. Yeah, I'm surprised they're still on.
Well, there's two.
They're probably all asleep by now.
There's probably one.
Great.
Because I left.
But you can see the line. You can see the line, how pitted it is. So this is something we really don't ever think about, right? I mean, we are, lifting our Jeeps and bumpers and fog lights and stuff like that. But this is a 99 XJ, and it's seen its share of road salt and things like that. So taking a good close look at your brake lines is always something you want to do, because you definitely don't want to have happen what happened to me. I guess this was last July. I had been going, we were up in Lake Placid and we were coming home, and we were in Flemington, New Jersey, and I pushed my foot on the brake, and sure enough, the brake pedal went right to the floor. And I said, gosh, that seems like an odd feeling. Why would it do that? Pulled over to the parking lot, which was luckily maybe 1/8 of a mile from the closest AutoZone, and the brake line snapped off right here at the connector. So I had the connector screwed in, and this line sheared right off just from pure just flexing back and forth and rust, and it just corroded. So again, pay attention to where I said I was. I was in Lake Placid, New York, which is not known for its flat, unhilly areas. So I had my whole family in the vehicle, plus luggage, plus everything else, hauling down Route 73 off the mountain to get on 87 to head on home on the thruway back to Pennsylvania. I'll tell you what, blessed we were to not have the brakes go out while we were going downhill. So this is something I always keep on top of, is keeping clean brake lines. So this brake line will be replaced, as well as the other ones, since you have to crack open the system anyway. Why do it half-assed when you can do it half-assed but do it all the way? It's the motto we live here at our shop. Right? I don't know what I'm saying. Oh, how's everybody doing today? Coffee break. Oh, I don't want to take that drive shaft out, because that drive shaft is right behind the monitor. What else can I show everybody? All the good folks of the internet. What else is interesting? Oh, you know what? Do I want to get into the story of the upper control arm for a WJ? Maybe I do. So let's see. We did the rear brake lines. We're doing the front brake lines. We are going to do the shocks. I bet you the other shock is just as bad, but I haven't taken that off yet. Oh, check out this radio I scored at the salvage yard. Look at this beauty. Clean. This is a radio from an older style XJ, 84 to I think 96. Yeah. 83, 84. God, I'm such a bad XJ owner. It's early 80s to 96. Yanked this from the salvage yard a couple weeks ago, and Why do I get a radio for an old Jeep? Well, I'm not selling it. I'm going to hopefully one day get an older style XJ, and a lot of times they don't have the radio in them. Now I have a radio. I mean, this is total factory. The buttons aren't even worn down. I mean, this is a beautiful piece. Look, the buttons aren't even worn down. Beautiful. Here are my brake caliper holders. Yeah, well, Jesus, I was looking for these. So whenever you're doing brake caliper work, I found these on South Main Auto's great channel, South Main Auto, on their website. You can use a coat hanger, but these are a lot heavier dutier. So I got these Amazon special. I got to go through my garage and clean out the toolbox. There's a lot of stuff there. Oh, you know what? Why don't we do this? We're going to get into that video. We're going to get into this. It's going to be interesting. But first, I got to get a bolt. Hold on, everybody. Hold on. I can't tell the story without this bolt. You still with me? You can't tell the story without the bolt. That's the whole point of the story. Oh, bucket of bolts. Don't fall now. Don't you dare fall. Where the heck? I thought I got like two of them. I thought I had two of them. Yeah, where did it go? I apologize, everybody. I'm just, I thought I had it together. Maybe it's over here. I got my whole bucket of hardware here, and I can't find the one key bolt for the whole story. Man, I can hear everybody clicking off the internet now. I can hear you all clicking off. Oh, jeez. Oh, nope. Is this it? Shit. Oh, no. Here it is. I'm not going to show you yet. I'm going to take this off camera. Oh, yeah. No, trust me, you're going to want to stick around for this, folks. Maybe or not. Whatever. So I guess it was 2018. I bought myself a 2000 WJ, and I love my WJ. It had 185,000 miles on it. It was really beat up. It was typical rust, rocker rust, but the floor pans were solid. There was one rust spot by the seat bolt. I cut that out, re-welded a new patch in. Everything was good. It was a little rough. Going back now, I probably should have walked away from it, but it was the right price, and I really wanted to get back into Jeeps. I had a WJ, I had an XJ. I didn't have a WJ. I had an XJ, I had a YJ, and I got rid of all of them because, kids take time, right? And it's, when you don't have a lot of time to work on Jeeps and you need the money, you sell all your good stuff and hope that one day you can get back at it. And it was the right time for me to get back into Jeeps, and I did it. It was a lot of fun. I think I towed it from Milford, Delaware. I think a little south of Milford, Delaware. But I had got a car hauler, a U-Haul, and I towed it back, and everything needed to be done to that Jeep. All the suspension, the control arms, upper and lower, ball joints, tie rod ends, everything to do with steering was just shot and rusted. It was really in rough shape. Like I said, it was, Rock Auto and I were best friends for quite a while, but it needed a lot of help. One of the things I tackled during a weekend where the girls and the missus were away at a camp thing for Girl Scouts is I tackled the upper rear control. Hey, what's up, man? Yeah, I'm still on. No, nobody's on. Oh, okay, you can take your phone. I'm just about ready to tell the upper control arm story. You don't want to miss it, so. Oh, you know it. Oh, you weren't here when it happened. Anyway, if all you WJ guys know, the upper control arm is kind of a pain in the rear end. What's that? You're gonna get dressed? All right, have fun, bud. Close the door. Okay. All right, see you, baby. So the upper control arm is like an A, right? So the two ends attached at the body with these bolts, and the pinnacle or the point attached to the top of the rear diff, whether it's a Dana 35 or a 44A. Either way, it's held on by 321 or 22 millimeter bolts. There's a ball joint on top, so it's pretty heavy duty. Jeep really didn't do a good job in designing how the rear upper control arm attached to the body. They used really skinny ass bolts, a 15 millimeter head, and here's kind of what you get when that bolt seizes in to the steel bushing. I couldn't turn that for the life of me. There's no way I can put the picture, but imagine the bolt head as you're looking under the Jeep. You're trying to turn this, and the bolt head snaps off, and you're like, you got to be kidding me. So now you have this control arm stuck in the body mount of your Jeep, and you're like, how do I get a Sawzall in there? How do I get a cutoff wheel in there? There's no way you're going to get a Sawzall or a cutoff wheel in between here. So you have to actually cut this off. I had to cut this off. This took like at least an hour and a half. It was a nightmare. So trying to save the bolt, however this was bolted in, I realized that I couldn't save the bolt. So I had to go in somehow, and whatever the bolt was going through, so the bolt comes through the bottom, through the top, and into the body somewhere, and then there must be a nut or something like that. I knew I was going to trash the nut because I had to go in and drill it. I couldn't really find a lot of write-ups on how to remove the upper control arm bolt from the WJ. I found one website that had, or one page, one Jeep WJ page that had a pretty decent write-up on it with a picture. What the guy had described was there's a little pocket between the actual body that you see under the Jeep and then the body you see behind, oh, I'm sorry, under the passenger, the rear seat. So there's a gap about this wide that has, you have like your sub body and then your body where your seat and all that shit mounts to. You actually cut a square access hole, and what you see is this setup. So you'll see this in a it's like I guess you want to call it like a nutsert. You'll see this in a little I guess it's like a little pocket where this slides into and it holds it. So what that's actually a pretty good display of what that looks like. So there's a little pocket so it doesn't turn as you're turning this. Fold the fingers back, pull out the ripped out, gouged out, as you can see here. I drilled a hole through the bolt. So just imagine this on the body, right? That's what it looks like, but obviously down here. This is the nutsert that you can get from the salvage yard. All you got to do is cut yourself a little access panel about 6 inches wide by 5 inches wide, whatever the hell it is. Now I know a lot of times the salvage yards don't let you use cutoff wheels, but all I use is a hammer and a hole punch, and I just kept poking holes in it until I really butchered it, but it was in the salvage yard and I had to get it. You can't buy these. This is nowhere on eBay. This is nowhere on Amazon. This is no part number on anywhere. And look at that little head. It's a little 15 millimeter head. It holds the whole rear suspension. So this is in the Jeep, in the body. This goes through the control arm. You can kind of imagine it. And that's what you see under your Jeep. So if you break the head off, if this snaps, if it gets all messed up, if it's screwed up, if it's jammed in there, and you think you're shit out of luck, don't fret. Just take a cutoff wheel, take a torch, take a battle axe, take a hammer, take Thor's sword, whatever you got to do, and get this arm cut off. Drill that, punch that little access panel so you can get access to the nut and then the bolt. Drill the bolt out, and then just literally hammer the shit out of it. Eventually, it'll come out, and then you'll have to go to the salvage yard to go to a WJ that has the same setup with the rear upper control arm like that piece of shit design. Sorry, that's just the way I feel. And you'll be able to get this bolt free and clear. So you'll buy a brand new control arm, brand new bolt. Again, you will not find these on the open market anywhere. I found a part number, but it was everything. Mopar Parts Direct, whatever the hell. Discontinued. Except there are thousands and thousands of poor WJs that met their maker in the salvage yard, and you can get these. So have no fear. Take the control arm job, beat it to hell, drill out the bolt, get yourself a couple of these, and you'll have no issues. You know, I even tried thinking like, well, maybe I get some grade 8 hardware, this, that, and the other. I'm like, you know what? I think the best thing to do would be just to get what came stock with the vehicle, and it's easy to get to. You'll see it once you get to the salvage yard and you poke a hole through there. You'll see these little flanges that you have to flip the little metal out, and this comes right out. It's not welded in. It's not screwed in. It's just held on by these little metal flanges kind of here, and they kind of overlap here. And all you do is just peel them back, and you have access to the bolt. So that's my long, drawn-out, boring upper control arm story. Man, that was boring as shit. God, I need a break. But yeah, worth $1 million if you're a WJ owner that snaps their bolt, snaps the head of the bolt, screws up the threads, whatever. You're good to go, man. I have another WJ story too, and I wonder. Nope, that's not it. That's not it either. I got one more for you, and then I got to get back to work. I know I'm boring you guys, and you're falling asleep because it's almost time for snack time because we're all home, and I got to go for a run later. I got to run. All right, we'll just do this. Okay, so my WJ had the typical valve noise, valve sticky lifters, all that stuff. Did tons of research on the interwebs and figured I was a certified YouTube mechanic enough to know all I have to do is replace the head, replace the valve lifters, and you know, take out the rocker arms, the push rods, all that shit. It seemed pretty straightforward. That should have been the first sign that this was going to be a jinx job. Where's cylinder 3? Oh, I should be able to tell. So nowhere did I read, research, hear, understand, follow, have respect for how a cam that has 200,000 miles on it, I see it right here, a cam that has 200,000 miles on it might not take too well to a valve lifter that has no miles on it. Now, I don't know if this is typical. I don't know if all the videos and research I read, those guys got lucky and I was the unlucky guy, or the video was made showing success, and then as soon as the video stopped, they their cam was wiped. But let me show you what a wiped cam looks like. Cylinder number 3. Let's see. I know you really can't tell too much, but that lobe is cooked. I was having misfires on cylinder number 3, and I shit a brick. Look, you can tell. See, here's a good cam lobe. See how nice and tall and proud that one is right there? Look at this. Pretty shitty. I wiped that cam lobe good. I figured, and I hated to do it, but it was necessary. I had to take this to the dealer and have them look at it, only because I thought I knew what I was doing, and I was so devastated that that I might have screwed up my motor internally that I just took it right to the dealer and let them handle it. I don't know if I would do that again because it was kind of expensive to get it worked, but I really needed it done right. So I just left it at the dealer, and they threw in a new cam and lifters and all that nonsense, and I was back up and running. But yeah, If you're going to put new lifters into your 4.0 motor, just do a little bit more research about old camshaft, new lifters. Maybe you'll get lucky and you won't wipe your cam lobe. Maybe you'll wipe your cam lobe, one or the other. But that's the story of the wiped cam lobe. It was very, very sad. I think that Jeep was in the shop for about a month and a half. And I can't blame the guy if he was laughing at me because I mean, it looked a pump on. I did it all right. It's just the old cam shaft and the new the new lifters, they didn't play nice together in the motor. So that's the way it is, I guess. Oh, well, I think I've bored everybody enough. Probably time to get back to work. All right, so anyway, oh, steering wheels. Look, yeah, I like the steering wheels. It's my WJ steering wheel. Beep, beep, everybody. Oh, I think we're all losing our mind. Did they do calisthenics? Workout video? Everybody else is doing workout videos. Shit, I thought I might as well too. Let's take a drive shaft, start bench pressing that son of a gun. I could lift my camshaft. Yeah. Just like in the yard. All right, this is your fitness. Don't forget to hydrate, everybody. Gotta stay hydrated. You don't want to get dehydrated, everybody. All right, it's enough for the fitness. Okay, so let's review real quick, and then we'll end this nonsense. It's probably the first and last time I ever go live. Probably lost all my subscribers, but that's okay. Just trying to have a little fun and reduce the amount of boredom and to spice it up a little bit. But we went through the shocks and how they need to be replaced from time to time. I don't think they're original, but they're definitely shot. Replace the importance of having brake lines that aren't rusty. That's very good too. And oh, by the way, this Jeep did not fight me at all for the brake lines. You know how when you're taking brake lines off, you round out the guy. It really did a great job, and I can't thank him enough. Every time I try to do work on it, no frozen bolts, no snap this, no de-threaded that. It's a great, very clean. 220,000 miles in 1999. It originally was tagged in Maryland, but I had to believe it was a Southern Jeep because there's zero rust on this thing, and all the bolts come off without a hitch. There's no begging, pleading, crying. All right, sometimes there's crying, but that's okay. That's just what I do. Let's see. So brake lines, shocks, WJ upper control arm, the bolt that'll save your life, wiped cam lobe. I think that's all I got, man. Oh, that's it. Yeah, that's all I got. So I hope you are all enjoying your time off. I hope you're keeping 6 feet from strangers. Hope you're staying close to family, having fun, reconnecting with nature, taking walks along the beach by yourself. I hope everything's going well with you guys. I hope you're ordering lots of good parts so you can work on your Jeeps. You all have fun out there. Take care. Don't forget to drink water, hydrate, stretch. Keep your fitness on so you don't go crazy. I know me personally, I'm doing a whole lot of snacking, so I got to at least ride my bike or run every day to kind of keep fit, so I don't my pants don't get too tight. But you take care of yourself, and we'll be getting this Jeep all fixed up, ready to go, getting parts tomorrow. So we're taking everything off today, so we have an idea of what needs to be replaced. So far, all we're doing is replacing the brake lines and the shocks. No other parts were destroyed in the making of this video, which was nice. So take care of yourself. Be safe. Thanks for tuning in. Hope it wasn't too boring. If it was, it's okay. You can say this shit was boring. Don't do it again. All right. Take care of yourself. Be good. God bless America.